in the world you are with your inspiration at home. My name is Colleen Walters. I'm your CEO and founder and Chief Spice Curator with your inspiration at home. Well, I keep saying tonight because it feels like tonight. I'm in Ohio at 9 p.m. So forgive me for those of you in Australia when it's really hard for me to say good morning. So what we're going to do over the next hour is go through some details about your inspiration at home, why we are, I guess, turning heads in the direct sales industry, why we're in such a momentum growth phase, and you'll hear from some of our directors and their story of your inspiration at home, and then I'll go through the things that make it really exciting, why we're setting some major records and hitting some major milestones month after month in our company. So I guess tonight we'll start with your opportunity. And I must warn you ahead of time, I can't see the screen where I'm in Ohio. I've got terrible reception, so Trish Winter, one of our directors, is going to flip the screen over. So I've got my paper in front of me. I'm flying blind tonight, so hopefully it all works out with technical things as well. So your opportunity is to be part of one of the fastest growing ground floor direct sales opportunities in Australia, UK, and the US. And of course, we are launching in pre-launch for Canada, and we will be launching New Zealand in May 2014. So some pretty exciting things happening from a company that was launched in Australia. Our mission is, with your inspiration at home, is we are committed to inspiring and supporting a team of dedicated and inspired consultants who passionately share the Yiah Global Gourmet experience. And we are absolutely committed. Any of those consultants or leaders who invited you to this webinar today will tell you how much us as the corporate team are over and above committed to being there for everyone that joins your inspiration at home. This morning at 5 a.m. was the conference call for the Australian time zone last night. We have our COO working pretty much around the clock in Texas as she's over putting our new distribution facility together, and we've had an incredible growth period where both consultants and home office staff work side by side to get things done. So we're kind of known as we are committed to inspiring and supporting a team of dedicated and inspired consultants. Okay, the next slide is a little bit about your inspiration at home. Some of you are just hearing about us for the first time in the U.S., and welcome. We have been in business for almost 3 years now, and we've been very fortunate to be part of, or very fortunate to have won many global fine food awards, and here's listed a few. We have over 100 awards in the food industry. We started entering the awards in 2011 and won 45 in Hobart, Tasmania. And much to our surprise, took out the top champion award for that food, for the food category where spices are part of. In Melbourne this year, it was one of the hardest awards. We won 18 food awards, including a gold. In the business, the Food Challenge Awards are out of Sydney, and they're actually for the big boys in the game of food, including Coles, Woolies, some of the major manufacturers. And we were nominated and became a finalist in for our beetroot dip in that Challenge Award. We are one of 6 businesses in the Gold Coast where we have our home office to be awarded recognized by our Gold Coast peer groups, and also this year for the Mayor's Innovation Award. The final parts of the year, 62 awards in Hobart, which is the largest showing in awards, and we won 2 of the top categories, and finally wrapped up with the Sydney Awards just recently. So not only are we turning heads in the direct sales world, but also in the food awards, or fine food industry globally, which is really pretty amazing to see a company that is focused on direct sales, but taking out top prizes in the whole industry. So we're excited about that, and for those of you who have not yet tasted our product, I'm sure that once you finally get to try some, you're going to you'll understand why that these products are taking out these awards. What I'd like to do now is introduce some of our directors who are on the call tonight and today, who want to share a little bit why Your Inspiration at Home, how it's changed their lives, I guess, and also what kind of sets us apart in their eyes as their lengths of time with us, with Your Inspiration at Home. So I'm going to start with Kelly Saunderson.
Hi everyone. So I've been with the company since January 1st, 2011. I joined as a bit of a new year, new me type sort of thing, but and had some previous direct sales experience. So I recognised a massive business opportunity at the time to be the first consultant on the Sunshine Coast, so basically anywhere north of Brisbane. My only concern was that I couldn't cook, and like seriously couldn't cook. I would burn water most evenings. But I joined anyway, thinking that the worst case scenario was that I would have some amazing products that at the very least would make my food taste good, and my children would eat at meal times without any bribery and quietly. You know, it's quite horrendous at times. My first demo was an absolute shocker and totally lived up to my disaster chef title when I upended sour cream all over the table, missing the bowl. So after some self-doubt, I picked myself up and kept going, and 8 months later was the top team builder in the company and was standing in London as part of the UK launch team. I had a massive moment of overwhelm and reflection standing in the London Eye, looking out at the city, and I realised what an amazing potential Your Inspiration at Home had to change me and my family's future. So that was my first of many once-in-a-lifetime trips, and who knew that I would be collecting passports, passport stamps and amazing memories from all over the world. I'm a mum of 3 with young children, so that still on its own is a pinch me moment. So in the last 2.5 years, there have been numerous growth experiences and personal development to become the person I am today, particularly with the cooking. To make a roast chicken from scratch was a huge step out of my comfort zone, and happy to say a success. But changing my children's food experience and sharing time and knowledge in the kitchen with them are some of my most memorable moments. The biggest aha moment by far is the one that I have had recently, which was realising how much life has changed for the better. And the amount of women and men who I work with and support to achieve their goals. I still mostly think of myself as a stay-at-home mum with 3 kids, living in a small country town, until I stop and take 5 minutes to realise that I've built a big organisation in 3 countries, and I get to work as part of an amazing team of exceptional people who continually surprise me with their achievements. And that is something pretty awesome to be part of.
Well, thank you very much, Kelly. I think that for some of you on this webinar tonight, or today, you know, there may be some chords that have been struck with you as far as Kelly's story about going from disaster chef to on her way to master chef, and the many, I guess we call them Yiah gourmet global experiences that Kelly's achieved and taken part of, and of course the many friendships that our consultants build with. There are so many ways in our company to connect. So thank you very much, Kelly. And over to Trish. And I believe this is a picture of Trish, and I was trying to figure this out, and I think it was in Canada at the trade show that we did a pre-launch in Canada. So I'm thinking that's where it is.
Yes. Yeah, that's exactly where it is. Well done. I joined Your Inspiration at Home in February 2010 so that I could tell family and friends. I figured that if Melissa, who introduced me to Your Inspiration at Home, could make money out of my friends, then so could I. All I'd have to do is just give them a catalogue and they could just order. Like me, my family and friends loved good food, so I thought it would be a really easy sell. I had had almost every party plan demo you could possibly have, and then some, and every consultant would say to me, oh, you'd make a great consultant, but there was no way I was ever going to stand up and talk in front of people the way they did. And I guess I wasn't really passionate about what their products were until I came across Your Inspiration at Home. This concept really had me curious. Who thought a food party would work? But it really does. You'd be amazed to see the reactions I get from hosts and guests when they understand the concept of Your Inspiration at Home, and then when they taste the samples that the hostess and I have made up. Well, that's enough incentive to get up and go to work every day. The most common response after tasting our products is, oh my God, this is amazing. What an incredible thing to have a product that gets this type of reaction and also is preservative-free, additive-free, MSG-free, has no added gluten and no anti-caking agents. It's just so easy to sell. Actually, it sells itself. Because I took the leap of faith and joined Your Inspiration at Home, I've been able to conquer one of my biggest fears, and that's speaking in front of people. It's allowed me to grow as a person, develop my confidence, build a team of remarkable people who have the same passion for Your Inspiration at Home. And I've been able to do so much more. I was part of the team that did the and also been part of the team went on incentive trip last year to New Orleans and on a cruise to Mexico, and this year to Ohio, Seattle, Canada and Hawaii. And I'll be part of the team that goes to New Zealand next year, that's for sure. Along with all those extraordinary experiences, I've been part of the unique boot camp training and directors retreats which have been held around Australia. Both are not only amazing, enlightening and exhausting, but I've built lifelong friends with exceptional people. Every day is another stretch, another aha moment, and every day is a beautiful day with Your Inspiration at Home.
Wonderful. Thanks, Trish. And again, I'm sure there are people on the call tonight that have connected with Trish's story of, I don't want to sell in parties, I don't want to talk in front of people, I just want to sell to friends and family. And of course, Your Inspiration at Home honors that. And there's opportunities for you to develop along the way, just like Trish, and take part of the many inspirational events that we do, such as boot camp and directors, and of course the incentive trips as well. And who knew that personal growth will be one of the biggest motivating factors or inspirational factors in Trish's story. Thank you, Trish. All right, over to Gina. I know Gina's been having a little bit of technical difficulty, so we'll see if she's there.
Hello, Colleen. Am I on now? Is it all good?
Yes. Yes, Gina,
excellent. Yay, thank you so much. Well, my story's a little bit different. I guess I'm the one out of the directors that has hit the ground running from day one. I saw this opportunity. Kelly Saunderson was actually my sponsor, so she introduced me to Your Inspiration at Home. And I met Kelly at a home show, and I saw these products and thought, wow, you know, this is incredible. And initially for me, it was the wow factor of finding something that was just so unique and so amazing and so different. I too am a mum with 3 young children, so for me I looked at it going, wow, you know, I can give my kids some healthy things to eat. I'm a very big believer in healthy eating. But what really caught my eye as well, which is probably my governing factor of hitting the ground and running so fast and so quickly, was this unique opportunity and being ground floor. And we are still considered to be a very young company in any global division that we're launching, you're going to have this opportunity, just like we have had here, to be our ground floor team. And to me, that was probably the most exciting opportunity I've ever experienced, and to be part of something. A little bit like, you know, those opportunities everybody else usually gets and it's never me. Well, this time it was me. And I got to be part of this company and launching and growing a team and doing everything that I thought, you know, only other people only ever got this sort of opportunity, and yet it was me that got this opportunity. So I have been so honoured to be part of the growing phase of this company and being amongst some very inspirational people, learning so much from all the mentors that I have in this business as well, and now working alongside my team who are just as excited as I am, which is it's so much fun. I've been able to develop myself in different ways as well, so personal development, it's impacted my family, so I have wonderful things that I've been able to teach my children as well, and they've also been watching my journey through this and experiencing this week with me as well as my husband, and it's, from a personal level, it's extremely rewarding. The incentives that the company offer, oh my gosh, I've had experiences in this company in my very young 2 years of being with them. I've just had my 2-year anniversary with the company, so the experiences that I've had in this company have been phenomenal. To be able to say that I've had my very first overseas trip with this company ever, I've never been overseas, and I had this opportunity just a few months after I joined to take part in our company's very first incentive trip. Well, I thought this was too good to be true, so I thought, well, if I'm going to go, I'm taking my husband with me. So I ended up qualifying him as well to come with me for completely free, and we were able to do our very first overseas trip together with Your Inspiration at Home. And so many memories have been made. I absolutely said I will never ever not be on one of these again. So of course I went to our Canadian trip as well earlier this year, our next incentive trip, and next year is our New Zealand trip. And so for me, this part is also an amazing part of the company, because I'm experiencing and being able to do things that I never would be able to do otherwise. And so the photo that you see on the screen of me there is actually in Canada and Whistler. I'd never seen snow, and so this was a big moment for me to be able to go to the most incredible place in the world and see snow for the very first time. So you know, the experiences that you have in Your Inspiration at Home are things that you will never be able to pay for. It's experiences that are once-in-a-lifetime experiences. They're amazing, they're exciting, they're just incredible and too good for words. So you have to come and join us and appreciate it for yourselves, because this company will make changes in your life like you will not believe. The inspiration that we continue to share with each other and that we continue to give to other people is phenomenal. I'm so passionate about this company. I love being able to share this gift with others because I too am very grateful for the gift that was shared with me. And so, yeah, I love it, and come join us. It's fabulous.
Well, thank you very much, Gina. So now you've heard from 3 totally different people in their journey. Gina's was, I'm looking for a business, I get it, I want to start running with it, and she did, and was able to achieve the incentive trips, which gave her bucket list check marks time and time again. So thank you, Gina, for sharing that. All right. What makes Your Inspiration at Home different? Now, I guess I've been very fortunate in this industry to have built a business in the field. My first experience with direct sales, first 2 experiences with direct sales were building businesses in the field and very sizable. So I have a perspective of coming from where all of you are going into or are currently, and I found some pitfalls in the industry. Then I was consulting corporately and helping companies redevelop their compensation programs, redevelop their leaderships, reigniting companies that were 25, 30 years old, and working with all of those, and then helping companies start with 2 founders who had a wonderful product line but needed someone to build the company from the back office and the back end and the structure. So I've been very fortunate to have consulted to about 25 companies globally, and then put together the Your Inspiration at Home difference, and that's what we'll talk about right now, is this inspiration. So what you know about Your Inspiration at Home is we have a unique product offering and a trend-setting catalog. I can't tell you how many times a week I get when I hand the catalog out, or meet somebody either in the direct sales industry or in the food industry, that is just, they won't let go of the catalog. They hang on to it and just look at each picture. The photography is award-winning. The catalog itself won awards. The product itself has won numerous awards. And they get it. They just look at it and realize that we are on trend and setting trends in both the direct sales and the gourmet food industry. With Your Inspiration at Home, you have so many marketing opportunities. You can sell to friends and family and network, just like Trish started out, and now with our replicated websites, you can sell online. We have built shopping carts for you, so you'll be able to just either follow up from your customers and take repeat orders. Because we're a consumable product, it works perfect. Or you can do markets and trade shows and then then have orders come online into your shopping carts as well. So you can sell your business just with online retail store. Then we also do markets and trade shows and fetes and fundraisers, as we call them in Australia. You can also build your business through supplying gift baskets for people like realtors and businesses, more of a business-to-business end of things. And of course, the home party is our favorite because people get to have a demonstration, they get to taste the product, they get to experience it, they get to be part of that global gourmet experience that we're known for. So there's many, many, many marketing opportunities. You're not just pigeonholed to one particular style of building your business. The other thing that we do, and some companies do this, but not so many anymore, is we give you your commissions instantly on your personal sales. So let's pretend you've got a $1,000 party and your commission is 25%, so you've got $250. Now, if customers pay cash, and in the U.S. cash and check to you, you can turn around and only send in the difference, so the $750 to the company. That means you can collect your $250 there. If it's all credit cards, then the difference is put into your what's called your online global wallet, and you can use that $250 on your very next order to reduce the credit card amount owing in that next order. So you really have a great opportunity. When I was in the field, one of the great things about doing parties for me, I had a young family, was on the way home stopping at the grocery store with cash in my pocket after my party, and be able to buy groceries and not have to go to the bank and take money out. So I loved the fact that I got paid instantly, so I wanted to make sure that that was something that we could provide for our consultants. The other thing that I've done differently in our business is I have pulled out of the way most companies tie in their bonus commission structure, is I pulled it out of you having to do recruiting in order to get a bonus commission on your own sales. Most companies have a tie-in that you need to recruit 1 or 2 or 3 people, or that way you get bonus is your personal sales count in your team, so you end up doing most of the work in your team in order to get that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5% bonus. What we've done is different. I want to honor our top sellers. I don't want you, if you're a top seller, to have to go and recruit and build a team if that's not really what you want to do. If you want to focus on sales, great. We will bonus you, and we call it a rebate. At the end of the month, we add up all of your total retail sales and your PV, personal volume, retail sales, and if you've done over 1,000, we're going to give you 3% back as a rebate in cash. If you've done over 3,000, we're going to give you 6%. If you've done over 5,000, we're going to get you 10%. So you can earn 35% on your own personal commissions with only selling the product. That's the only thing you need to do in order to reach those bonus commissions. We also have exciting incentives. As you've heard, we have had some amazing foodie experience tours, and that's what we really do on our incentive trips. They're second to none, the experiences that our consultants get. And this year we're in qualification for New Zealand in 2014, so I look forward to seeing you on that. We do have other incentives from time to time. Our consultants can also earn free products, earn samples of the new product range as they come out, and be part of the test group for that. So there's lots of different incentives our consultants earn along the way, over and above their very generous commission. We have free training and support, and we take it to a kind of a different level as well. In that, we also have communities. So our free training and support, gone are the days with the face-to-face meeting. Very few face-to-face meetings happen in our company globally. I think maybe 4 or 5 of our leaders may have a face-to-face meeting. The majority of our training is done just like you are right now. So you're actually perfect that you're on a webinar, because that's how we do the majority of our training. We also have all of our webinars recorded, so if the time doesn't suit you, you can just go into the back office, download the recording, and listen to it over and over again as personal training for your business. We also have what we call forums, and we have used Skype in a completely different way. I'm not sure that anybody else globally uses this. I've never heard of it, but we've developed forums where it's instant messaging, and we've got a new system coming into place over the next month, which is even a little easier because it does allow you to source what topics are going on. But right now we use instant messaging, and it is one big happy family of people asking questions, and peer-to-peer training is going on 24/7 in our company at various levels in our company structure. So the peer-to-peer training and the support, I think you would find pretty exclusive to how we do business. Leadership training to all levels. One of the things that I have found in the 20 years of my experience, both in the field and as a corporate trainer as well, is that people are given goals and expected to achieve them. We do things a little bit different. It's your own business, and it really truly is, and I'll explain that a little bit later. But it is your own business, and whatever goal that you want to achieve, whether it's $50 extra a month to pay for that, whatever it is that you're saving for, or if you want to earn that 6-figure income, whatever and everywhere in between, we will support you at that level. We have the systems in place, the training in place to support you. And if things change for you and you want to change gears like Trish did and move up to directorship, after doing the business as a consultant for a period of time, you're welcome to do that as well. Or if you want to start like Gina did and said, no, I want to go to director right away, you're welcome to do that as well. There's no set path. Each path that our consultants take, our leaders are there to support that. Now, generous company host program. We've got a great host program, and of course, when everyone eats, it's pretty easy to book a demo. It's a little bit different than the average party plan company. So everyone eats. Our price point is in the right place for people to not think they need to break the bank to go to a party. And for you as a consultant, we pay the host program. So that's pretty exciting. One of the complaints that I often heard in this industry was, yes, it's great, I earn my 25% or my 30% or whatever percent it is, but I'm always reaching in my pocket to pay that host gift or you know, the booking gift or whatever it is. So I wanted to make sure that as a consultant, when you earn 25% at your party, you're actually earning 25%. You do have your catalogs and your order books to pay for, but when it comes down to the percentage, you're not dipping into that to provide specials or host benefits over and above the company one. So we've provided a generous host program for you. And of course, as I said before, unlimited market, everyone eats, and you really can't turn the television on right now without seeing some cooking show there, whether it's a reality TV show around cooking and chefs, or if it's a cooking show. Food is hot, and the global food experience is hot, and that's what we do so well with Your Inspiration at Home. Now, the other thing about it is we don't make it difficult. You know, you can take your everyday mashed potatoes and make gourmet mashed potatoes 7 days a week by either adding one of our unique dip mixes or one of our dukkahs or one of our spices or salts. So it is pretty incredible that you can really travel the world, and I love watching the Facebooks. Posts where people are, we're in Italy tonight, or we're in India, or we're here, and how that brings the family together to celebrate another culture and experience new foods. It's fantastic without changing your cooking style, and that's really important for busy people like you and I on the phone on this call. And discounted business kits and ongoing supplies. One of the things that I've heard in this industry is, or I've seen as well, is, you know, you go to buy your supplies and you're only getting the same discount as you would as a selling the product. So we've put what's called a supplementary kit order together program, and you are able to buy a product at 40% off. And what we've also built in there is if you choose not to buy the product at 40% off, you still get to be the hostess, and we don't care. We've actually built that into the system, so you get your hostess benefits on your own order as well. So that's pretty exciting. All right. Now here's another piece. When I was putting the company together, again, having consulted for so many years, one of the things that was happening was a growing trend to on-charge the back office fees for the software, or on-charge the credit card fees for the customer, using their credit card, or on-charging the shopping cart fees for designing and building shopping carts, or newsletters, or even monthly fees or yearly fees to join. Your Inspiration has none of those fees for you as a consultant. When you earn your 25%, you earn your 25%. We're not going to charge you more for the tools that you really need to build your business. When I was putting this company together, I knew about all those fees because, you know, some of those fees are new. Who knew 25 years ago that we would be giving or providing shopping carts for consultants in direct sales? So the companies that are older, they had to add those costs into their margins. We were able to do it from the start. So with our company, those things are free for you. You have a choice of deliveries. A lot of people want to have it delivered to them so they can put it in a bag and put the reorder stickers on the back of the jars. Other people want to have it delivered to the host because the party was an hour away and they don't want to drive the product there. Other people wanted to do parties via Skype, via webinar, via Facebook, and want to have everything drop shipped to 10 different guests in 10 different locations, and we can do this globally as well. So we made sure that our shipping was flexible to meet the changing needs of the direct sales consultant. We have unlimited growth in unlimited territories, no territories globally. So as you heard today from Kelly, she's a great example. Kelly lives in Australia on the coast in Queensland. Kelly sponsored a person in the UK. The UK person sponsored somebody in Minnesota. the Minnesota person is sponsored and built team all over the U.S., and I believe the Minnesota person is also sponsoring into Australia now as well. So yes, I know that. So Kelly's team has come right back around, back into Australia through this wonderful loop there, and she has built an international organization that way. So as far as party plan type companies go, there aren't too many that allow you to build and recruit and support teams globally. And what makes us unique is the fact that we have built our training systems online from day one. And because of the size of Australia, it's the size of the U.S. and but a much sparser population, so we needed to have systems in place when we launched this company. And with that, it has allowed our company to be one of the very first to give options that build global teams in party plans companies. A good friend of mine in Canada built her business in another company in Canada, then moved to Australia, and she had to relinquish her business in Canada, which she was a multiple six-figure income earner, and go back to basics in Australia and start from scratch. And I'm happy to say she's a multiple six-figure earner in her particular party plan in Australia as well, but had to start. I also know consultants who are husbands are part of the military and move back and forth between countries, and they've had to give up their businesses with each of these moves. So I wanted to make sure that we were empowering people from all walks of life who, the world is smaller. You may be going from one country to the other, just like I have, and you can take your business with you. All right. Now, with that comes this ground floor opportunity over and over and over again. You've heard from our leaders who were in the first year of business in Australia and what that meant for them, and they would love to tell you all of the stories and the growth. But for you listening to the call today, you are going to have a ground floor opportunity right now where you live, and in the next market that we open, and in the next market that we open, and so on, and so on, and so on. And that is so rare in our industry. And best of all, I have to say, we are part of a global direct sales group. We're part of a family of companies, so we have sister companies, and we have incredible support from people who have been involved in this industry for years and years and years. And so we're so honored to be part of the CDSL group of companies. So Your Inspiration at Home Global Experience number 3 is New Zealand. And there's a little announcement at the end, and make sure that you stay to the very end, because that announcement, if you are planning on joining us and you would like to go to New Zealand, that announcement is really important for you, and also for the add-on bonus trip that we have planned in New Zealand. So we've got basically one version and then the extended version. The qualifications have just started, so for September 1, so we have lots of time to qualify. We make our incentive trips a really balanced approach to earning the incentive trip. You can choose. You get points for sponsoring, you get points for selling, you get points for moving up our leadership program as well. So again, it's another option of freedom of choice of how you earn our trip. So there's no minimum sales, there's no minimum sponsoring, and there's no minimum leadership level. You get to choose and decide and get the support from your upline leader on how to earn this trip. Now, I've put this next slide in just for a point of reference. A few years ago, as part of the DSA, I was able to really look at companies' growth and companies that I thought would be a great, I guess, vision or starting a reference point for how I believe that our company would grow. So I've kind of hung on to this information for a couple of years, and this year it's been, now that I can really show that we are hitting those targets, decided to share it with all of you and all of our consultants. So for those of you who have been calling in from the U.S., you'll know these two companies, Sensi and 31, and they have really set some amazing statistics in this industry for growth. So if you look at their numbers and then compare Your Inspiration at Home, very, very similar numbers for the first 4 years. Today, we're just over 2,500 consultants since inception, and I know that we will be somewhere between 3,000 and 4,000 by the end of 2013, which puts us right in that target area for, oh my goodness, look at next year. So if we look at the target next year, my question for all of you is, what part of that do you want? What part of that phenomenal growth? We're at that precipice of incredible momentum growth, and I would urge you, each of you on the call, to have a serious look at that opportunity that so many people have had in direct sales, the right place, the right time, right at the right time for growth. Now, we've talked about other people, we've talked about the company. Let's just have a look at you and your lifestyle if you're looking at joining Your Inspiration at Home. You're probably asking yourself, how is this going to fit for me? How can I possibly make this work in my already busy lifestyle? And that's where this particular exercise is really great to do. We urge all of our potential consultants and new consultants to sit down with a piece of paper that looks just like this. It's a 1-week block at a glance. And so what we want you to do is think about your typical week. We take the 7 days and we divide it up into 3 3-hour blocks, a morning block, an afternoon block, and an evening block. And this is how you're going to be able to see if this is the right fit for you as far as timing goes. So each one of those blocks could easily fit a demo in it. So in the, let's give an example here. So you're going to need to think about all of the things that you're committed to. Maybe you work part-time, and so you're committed to those hours. You can't change those hours. And then you're going to look at your lifestyle events, so things that maybe you go to the gym, maybe you volunteer at the school, maybe you, are part of a committee. So those types of things. And we call those life events. And then we have spare time. So let's just look what that looks like. So let's pretend that I work part-time and volunteer at the school. So my part-time job takes up on my Monday mornings, my Wednesday mornings, and my Friday mornings. So I would simply jot a C down in those typical week, in those times. Then on Thursday afternoon, I volunteer at the school. I do a reading class, so Thursday afternoon I've marked a C as well. Now we look at some of the lifestyle events, the next page, and I like to go to the gym fairly regularly, so I might go on Monday evenings, Friday, and Saturday, let's say. Or maybe you've got your kids in sports, and I know in the U.S. I've been told that Friday nights is big sport night, so with football, so maybe you take the afternoon off to fit in some tailgating perhaps and the Friday night football. And maybe Sunday's a family day and you just don't work on Sunday, so you would put L's there. And maybe Saturday morning is that time for the gym, or Saturday night's date night. Whatever that looks for you, put your L's in place of lifestyle events. Then we get to spare time. And I know you're saying, hang on, I don't have that much spare time. Well, what this means is this is time that's flexible, that you're not really, you don't always need to buy groceries on Monday afternoon. So it's flexible time. It's not spare time, because I know nobody has that kind of spare time, but it's time that's movable. So draw an S on all of those, and it might be 2 a week that you have, or it might be 10 a week. Really depends on your current lifestyle. Now, what we suggest is then decide which of those S's, which of your spare time you're going to turn to cash simply by drawing a line through them. So simply take your S, say say Tuesday evenings is a money night for me, Thursday evenings and Saturday afternoon. I'm going to simply draw a line through the S to create a dollar sign. Now, let's look at what those dollar signs could equal for you with the personal income with our company. So if each dollar sign in this particular example is worth $150 in your pocket when you do a $600 demo, and that gives you, we're talking about your 25% commission, plus you're going to receive your monthly rebate. Okay, so that will take you up to 35%. In this particular case, with this example, 3 days a week, and not full days, we're talking three-hour blocks of presenting your demo, is going to earn you $2,500 approximately. Now that doesn't include all your phone calls to book your demos, all your host coaching. We're just talking about demo hours there. So that's pretty exciting for a part-time income, because you're really just working hardly part-time hours when you compare it to having to go to a job 3 days a week to earn that kind of income. Now let's look at our compensation program. Again, I wrote some different things in this one, specifically around my experiences, both personally in the field and when I was working in coaching and training and working with CEOs in their companies. So there's a few things that I've done differently based on that experience. Now, in direct sales, as you know, some of you have been involved in direct sales that are on the call tonight. Some of you, this is a brand new world, and I apologize because sometimes for brand new people to direct sales, this is a little hard to understand. So the person who brought you to this call will certainly go over this with you if leadership is something that you want to explore. So as a leader, for those who've been involved in direct sales, let me quickly go over this. I won't spend a lot of time on it. As a leader in our company, that means you have sponsored 4 people personally and given them the gift that Gina talked about, just like someone's offering you that gift today. Those consultants only need to do $200 a month to be called an active consultant. Now, you might have sponsored 8, and each month there's a different 4 that are active. That's fine. There's no, they don't have to be a certain person. The $6,000 needs to come from your team because I've already given you that generous up to 10% bonus outside of sponsoring. So we take the bonus out of sponsoring and just on your own personal sales. This way, when you become a leader with your inspiration at home, you become a very, very strong leader. Our leaders, once they reach that level, find that they're consistently able to maintain that level because they're not counting on their own sales to reach their leadership. And then if you look over to the right, you'll see percentage on personal team. That's 7% on retail. We don't take the 25% off and then give you the 7%. It's 7% on retail. So make sure that when you are comparing companies, you're looking at apples to apples and oranges to oranges, and that's a very distinct difference for a lot of companies. Once you move up our compensation program, you earn income on the deeper levels, so when somebody else builds a team and so forth. I won't go into that because that's where it gets really confusing. But there's 2 things that I do want to point out. At Platinum Director, that means you have 4 leaders. My grounding on this industry was very difficult for me to stand at the front of the room as a trainer or as a leader and say, you are in your own business, you own your own business. Because as any of you, have anybody tried to sell a direct sales party time business, it doesn't work. They don't allow you to. Some companies don't even allow you to sign up in a business name because then it is your own business. So with your inspiration at home, you're encouraged to do so. When you reach Platinum Director, if you want to retire, if you want to will your business on, you can do so, and you can sell it. So as a company CEO, I'm so excited to be able to say it is your own business, and you can will it and sell it like a regular small business. Then also what's a little bit different is 20 years of experience in this business, I have seen a lot of companies encouraged to promote the lifestyle. And while we love the lifestyle, we love the freedom, I also have found that at the end of the day, when people go to retire, or when their companies aren't there, or when they have to move, they don't have a lot to show for it. So what I wanted to do is create a company that empowered and help people have that retirement. And so in Australia, at the executive and the Infinity Platinum level, we pay into your superannuation of your choice at an Infinity bonus. And in the U.S., it's 401k or your nominated retirement account. In Canada, it will be the RSP of your choice as well. So some great new things that we're doing as a company based on my experience out there in the direct sales world. So again, this compensation program or plan is available from the person who invited you to the webinar. But what's really exciting is I can share with you kind of the base level on our leadership, which is $450. If you looked at that chart that showed the 6,000, you're getting 7% on that. So that's $420 plus your rebate commission on your $1,000 sales will take you to $450, let alone the $250 that you would own on your own personal sales. So our minimum leadership check, we're not talking personal sales, our minimum leadership check for a leader starts at $450, and I'm really happy to say and really excited to say we have leadership commissions of over $9,000 per month at the moment. Okay, and that's not even our very top level in our company. We still have Infinity for leaders to reach, which will happen very, very soon, but really excited to see that six-figure income now occurring in our company after under 3 years in the business. So how do I get started? If this sounds like you have fallen in love with the product, you love the programs that we offer, and you want to just get started and share this product with friends and family, or share this product and build a business as a party plan consultant, then how do you get started? Well, first of all, complete your online application with your sponsor and purchase one of the 3 kits that we have on offer. We have a social networking kit currently. We have a business and an executive kit. So talk with the person who invited you, and they'll help you pick out which kit is the right one for you. Book in your starter party. Don't delay booking this in. Get started right away, and you can make that phone call to get that first host to help you out, that first friend, that first family member. Get started right away. Don't wait for your kit to arrive. Your upline leader or sponsor can help you, walk you through on what to say, and you can get trained immediately without waiting for your kit. Your manual is not in your kit. Your manual is online, and you get that instant access right there. Attend webinar training. Download the webinars or attend the webinars in person. Get involved in the Skype groups and the Facebook groups and get instant training. Hit the ground running. You have a great opportunity. The product will arrive shortly, but you'll have your business off to a great start by taking lead. Contact your friends and families to book in their own demos. And once you receive your kit, then you're going to want to start sharing and experimenting your favorite recipes by adding your inspiration at home to them. So the future belongs to those who see possibilities before they become obvious. I love this one, and you have such an opportunity tonight to see that future. But wait, with your inspiration at home, there's always more. And here's what I urge you to stay to the end of the call for. For each of you that are not currently a consultant with Your Inspiration at Home and you're ready to give it a try, you think, as Kelly said, what have I got to lose? At the worst case scenario, I'm going to have some fabulous new products in my kitchen that's going to turn my everyday meal into a gourmet global experience. Then I urge you to look at this offer. So within 48 hours from when the webinar closes today, you're going to have an opportunity to purchase the business kit or the executive kit at full retail price, but you will get a half price back rebate into your online